active thing going
I
on.
hate that.
So annoying. Only if you clip out the top of... Oh, no.
Sorry,
That's so
we look
annoying.
radioactive.
Sorry.
It's really annoying.
We've got...
We don't look real, Mark. Can't we
No,
stop
no.
and start again?
No, because that's a huge technical effort. How is everyone?
Morning, Michelle, if you're there, thank you so much for helping out yesterday. I'll give you a call. It was batshit crazy. Guys, I did something yesterday that was so horrendous.
In the corner
and
of the
made
room,
me
wasn't it? It was
realise
terrible.
what a terrible addict I am. I was working with a brand yesterday, so it was very, very important as well that I had my phone. I lost my phone, and the thing was, the house was totally tidy. So my friend Simone had come round to do my makeup. It was about 6:15. She did my makeup, had the car coming at 7:30, and then I realised, where's my phone? Where's my phone, right? Totally had cleared up my wardrobe, you know, my room wardrobe, just perfectly the day before. Everywhere upstairs was like, couldn't find my fucking phone. And the car was outside, I was sweating, had to be at this place at this certain time. I tore the bedroom to pieces. I pulled everything out of the drawers, like everything. Like I'll film it, I'll show you it upstairs later, you won't believe it. Girls came over yesterday, they went, Mum, it was tidy yesterday. What happened? But the thing I wanted to share with you was the blind panic about not having my phone was not well. If you'd seen me doing that about anything else, you would have said, we have to get you to rehab, Nadia. It was you, even you and Simone, I could see in your faces, I'm so glad it's her and not me. The empathy, because you knew I was going out to a job, couple of hours in a car, no phone. We are so addicted, guys. Anyway, next time this happens to you and you lose something, so I had to leave, went off, did the job, came back. And because I was calm...
We did ring it, Ellen. We did.
Well, we did all of that. We did everything. I went upstairs and I just went... My room's a total wreck. I just went, where is that fucking phone? Looks like that. Dressing gown was hanging on the door. Put my hand into the bloody pocket and it was there. And upstairs is... Should we take the camera upstairs and show them? Do you want to go and show them? Do you want to see it? Okay, if we hit 200 likes, we'll try and show it to you.
Yeah.
How about
the Wi-Fi might not take you upstairs, but maybe we'll try it at the end so we don't lose you at the
But
beginning.
only if we've got at least 200 likes, because 15 people said they didn't like us before we'd even opened our mouth today.
and 56. I haven't had my results, and I'm really annoyed.
It's incredible.
I'm really annoyed. But a number of you guys said that you didn't get your results either.
But you're 100% well now.
I feel better than I did before, though.
You're just tired because you're not sleeping.
Can I just share with you all? I've had 4 hours sleep for the last 4 nights, each night, obviously.
So bad.
And that is why the back. I'm so
your hair, his hair looks great,
exhausted.
doesn't it?
So exhausted.
I love his hair. I got a hot husband again.
I don't
Instead
know
of a
about that.
weirdo.
You've got a very tired husband.
I know. Come 3 o'clock, we'll be screaming at each other because you're so knackered.
I thought that was George Clooney. It's Georgia Clooney. Morning, guys. I'm recovering from weight loss surgery and feeling good.
Oh, good, Georgia,
there you
good.
Sarah Jane, we admitted we were powerless over our phone addiction and our lives had become unmanageable.
Exactly, Sarah Jane.
Step 1.
Ellen, you couldn't find it because of the tidiness. I know where I am in a mess. Now, that's not so crazy, Ellen. That's not so crazy what you said there. Please stay to the end and we're going to try and show you the room. You are not going to believe it. What you have to remember is yesterday morning, it was perfect. Like, I'd even dusted. Oh my God, Mark, again.
Oh my God, I thought that was you.
Why do you come and sit in front of me to do it?
Toss, stop it. That really stinks. We are in an aroma of pureness. It's just horrible, horrible. Feeling sorry for myself, Velvet Vicky Waiting. My 50th birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Velvet Vicky Waiting. Happy birthday to you, Velvet Vicky Waiting. Happy birthday, dear Velvet Vicky Waiting. Happy birthday to you. Send us some birthday wishes. Vicky's feeling down on her 50th.
Could that have made it worse? Maybe
No.
having it flagged up? I don't know. Time for a rhyme. It's your birthday too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear, time for a rhyme. Happy birthday to you.
Any other birthdays we will do at the end so that we can make sure that they all get done. Happy birthday, Vicky. Lots of people saying happy birthday, Vicky. Please say happy birthday to Time for a Rhyme. It's quite difficult to keep that within the song, but there you go. There's another one there. The Country Pumpkin. It's my birthday too. So I'll make a note, and at the end we'll sing the rest of them. Otherwise, we end up sitting here singing all the way through the morning. I am exhausted with a lack of sleep. Exhausted, and I'm really pleased that I'm changing one of my meds in order to help with that. So that's good.
But flu is coming.
Flu is coming.
Do we have to have that in the title?
Well, hang on a minute. Let's think of the one story you suggested.
Oh, no, don't say it.
It was ghastly. Yeah. Ghastly.
Velvet's been given a boost. That's lovely.
Good. Oh, that's good. 50 is the new 40. That's what I like to think. Who's afraid of flu this year? Who's worried about flu? Zoe, Freshers flu, festival flu, all that kind of stuff. Anyone here worried about flu? Nanny Di's had her flu jab.
Flu because of low immune systems.
Yeah. Nanny Di's just had her jab. Thank you, Claire H. Thank you on the old hair. I'm full of cold. Emma Carter, you're worried. I know lots of people that have the flu. No, I'm not. Ellery Jones. Isn't it intriguing, though? Because the headline, obviously, is everyone's saying flu deaths could reach 60,000 this winter, which is just awful. But it does put you in mind of, is the same fuss going to be made of flu as it was? You know, I mean, that's a horrendous... I think the same fuss does need to be made. Apparently, lots of hospitals are under extraordinary duress, A&E departments.
I'm not going to have a flu jab.
I've been offered it. Have you been offered it?
Yeah, well, because I'm overfit. Well, no, I haven't been offered it yet, actually. But I just, you know, it's very low risk of becoming... I mean, it's not pleasant to get flu, but I don't want to keep having jabs that I don't... You know, we might have to have a bloody booster for COVID. I don't want a flu jab.
My mum's had the flu jab and the booster jab in 1 week, in each arm.
What does she feel like?
Awful.
Does she?
She said her arms were really aching. Which would make sense, because she's only got tiny little arms.
Please please look into... I can't tell people to take stuff, but I am a great believer in vitamin D every day for your immune system and vitamin C. And... never mind 5 a day, fruit and vegetables. If you can get more than that and you can get sleep, you will... See, Mark keeps getting ill because Mark doesn't take his vitamin D, doesn't take his vitamin C, doesn't eat fruit and veg, and he doesn't get any sleep. So he's probably right through the winter just going to keep getting one thing after another. And you're lucky enough to have a woman here who buys it for you, puts it on the side, says take it, forces it into your mouth sometimes. You're going to keep getting ill.
Hi, Sue Lane. Hi. Reese says, best way to help beat flu and cold is spicy food and herbal tea.
Once you've got it, yeah, right. So the drink, yeah, but it won't prevent you from getting it. You need vitamins and vitamin D. So when Mark gets a bad chest, now if you've got a really, really bad chest, really bad cough, a very old wives' method, and they use it across the world, is you get onion, you chop it, you put brown sugar on it.
Onion?
Yeah, and then the juice that comes through, you take it like a cough medicine, and you swallow it. That's what my dad has when he had a cough. Dina made it for him, and it was brilliant. Also, fresh turmeric, fresh ginger, grate it into water, simmer it for about 5 minutes, put cinnamon in it, cinnamon stick or a cinnamon, and you can keep topping that up through the day with hot water. Just keep drinking that hot liquid. You have to have loads of liquid when you've got cold and flu. The other thing is stay away from sugar, because sugar creates phlegm. Doctor told me that. It literally creates phlegm. So if your child isn't well and you just think, oh, I'll just keep them lots of sweets, feel sorry for them, they're not well, don't, because it makes them worse. There is a fantastic homeopathic remedy if you've got achy body and achy limbs and you can't get up kind of flu, and it's called Gelsinium 30. And if you go to any health shop and ask them for that, you can get it.
Sarah Down says, cut an onion in half, put it at the side of your bed when you're sleeping, and it draws all the toxins out of the air.
I've heard that.
Have you? Smelly onions. Doesn't it make you cry? Sugar causes inflammation, says Angie Ross. Well, there you go. So, yeah, everyone's thinking that flu is going to be a huge hit. Health Secretary urging people to have their flu and COVID-19 booster vaccines after experts warn there's going to be 60,000 flu deaths this winter. It found that...
But there is always that amount of flu deaths in the winter.
Well,
It's scaremongering again.
Yeah, it's scaremongering again.
It's total scaremongering.
But interestingly, here's the question. Are we simply in a situation that, sadly, that number of people dies at this time of year every year?
Yeah.
And just 1 year it happened to be COVID, and it's going to return to being flu again because we've kind of got on top of COVID.
And that's why it's really important that we keep a balance with that, because there is enough fear, you know. What was that year a couple of years ago when there was something, I can't remember what it was, tens of thousands of extra deaths from flu. It was hardly even reported. So,
and also one of the other things was, one of the reasons Italy was so struck so terribly in COVID was because they had a really light flu season the year before. So a lot of people who would have been vulnerable to dying of the flu sadly were caught in the wave of COVID. Emma Lake, my dad used to put onions in socks and wrap it around my neck like a scarf. Did you then go to school with onions in socks around your neck, Emma?
Sarah Bigley, gel, G-E-L, G-E-L-S-I-N-I-U-M, gelsinium.
Oh, right.
The much better thing to do, though, what I would absolutely recommend, rather than just buying gelsinium, is ring either Helios, H-E-L-I-O-S, or Ainsworth's, and they're the homeopathic pharmacies, and they will always give advice. So if you're really struggling with your flu or your cold or whatever, then ring them and give them your symptoms. That's what I do. And then you can buy the remedy and it comes like the next day. That's what I gave you for your cough the other day, isn't it?
Yeah, someone said there, I saw that a bad year, what's considered a bad year, Claire H, is 30,000 deaths from flu. So, yeah, I mean, by any stretch of the imagination, I mean, we're going to see, I mean, the problem always is going to be the NHS, isn't it? That's the problem. So,
the way that they're unable to get people their results of their COVID test as well, I just worry that, what's the point of worrying, but will lots of COVID deaths be put down to flu deaths? You know, because people aren't really getting tested, are they? I mean, there's lots of people saying they're not getting their results.
Look, this government have proven that they are totally untrustworthy with the truth. There's all sorts of smoke and mirrors going on all the time. And so I wouldn't be at all surprised that even if we had an uptick in COVID that could be a cause for concern, it won't be hidden under the statistics for flu. That's what I think. Just like much of the issues with Brexit have been hidden beneath the issues of the pandemic.
Problem is, so many of us, not everyone, but so many of us have lost faith that we're being told the truth in anything. So I'm just taking everything with a pinch of salt. Priya Sharad, I want to share this because she's posted it a few times. Pinching the skin between the thumb and the index finger is another great trick for a sore throat. It's a reflexology method my grandma used on me. It works every time. I also, when I was pregnant, I couldn't take any painkillers. When I got a headache, I would do it and it was brilliant. So you push in really hard and circular movement like that. And it's very painful. You just keep doing it till there's no pain. And it can really help relieve a headache. I didn't know it was for a sore throat as well, Priya. I've never tried that.
There you go. All sorts of kind of curious little things. Zoe Griffiths-Brown would love to know more about homeopathic medicine. Yeah.
I'll get the book that you need to know about.
She's going to get you the book. The book. So one of the other stories today is old Putin. Putin's Cold War is on the front of, I think, The Sun. It's quite a clever headline, really, isn't it? Putin he's cradling us like vulnerable eggs in a bag. He's playing with us. Putin is like the cat, and we are like the ball of knitting, ball of wool, and he's just doing that.
That is the one I highly recommend. Our homeopath is mentioned in here. Miranda Castro, The Complete Homeopathy Handbook. Got it?
Sarah Jane, Putin is a very dangerous man indeed. He scares me. It's his 69th, I believe it's his 69th birthday today.
Oh, God, and he looks younger than ever.
And did you know that apparently in his bathroom, in his gold-gilded bathroom, there's an enormous tap. And he goes in and turns it off to stop gas coming to us. Just like that. He just goes in and he goes, let's turn it to
Don't
cold.
listen to anything he says.
He does. He said, let's turn it to cold, and all of Europe goes down. Would it be funny if he did?
Who can guess what Mark's done that I find very annoying today? I want to just guess how well you know us. What's Mark done?
I know what it is, because my
I'm not asking you. So if you say it, it doesn't work, does it? Because I'm asking them.
Claire H, I suspect all this bad news about gas and Cold War fears is to make us all more accepting when we can't get a gas boiler after 2025. That's a good point, good point.
Well, the problem is we're just not believing anything at the minute, are we? Right, what's Mark
Nutella,
done?
someone said. Laura Walker.
No, I love his hair. Oh, there she is. First person I've seen. Beautiful heart. He hasn't shaved.
Well, actually, Laura Walker was before that. No, in fact, Sarah Fox.
No, that I'd seen.
No, in
the
fact,
first,
Elliot Gonzalez. No, I know.
First
I'm
I
just saying.
saw.
And 56. Being Richard Madeley is what Rachel says.
That's what I love, the things that they go on.
I know,
It
it's
makes me
funny.
laugh.
Yeah, so what do you think of Putin? What do you think is going to happen here? Is he testing to see? Because I don't know if you saw, the National Grid yesterday said we run the risk of having power cuts this winter because we're so struggling and breaking at the edges regarding energy. So,
Sarah Beagley says it's okay, Mark. She hasn't shaved either.
yeah, I noticed that. You should see her armpits. They're so bristly, so bristly.
You know what who I'm really worried about? You know the hero. What was his name, Mark? The guy that he poisoned, and then he threw into the gulag.
Yeah, can anyone remember
and
his
then
name?
disallowed him to have a doctor when he was screaming excruciating pain because of the poisoning. He was basically put in prison because he didn't die. So
yeah, he
that
was punished for not dying.
For not dying because they tried. What's his
Caesar,
name? Valeri.
Caesar likes me not shaving. Thank you, Caesar.
Was it Valeri?
Someone, his
Valeri.
name.
Somebody will remember his name.
Yeah, what's his name?
Now, where is he? Where is he? We don't hear about him anymore. The thought of being at Putin's mercy is terrifying. Exactly, Jen Legs. A man that threw in front of the whole world, threw a man into a Siberian jail for not dying when he tried to poison him. That tells us everything.
The thought of being at Putin's mercy is terrifying, Jen Legs. Especially as a man, he's quite prone, isn't he, to running into the sea on a horseback without any top on.
And my friend Simone always reminds me, whenever we end up talking about Putin, my friend Simone's German, she always says, do you remember when Angela Merkel went there and everybody...
Navalny, thank you.
Navalny, thank you so much. I feel bad for forgetting his name, but that's me, I forget names.
Good on you, Tim.
I forget my own kid's name sometimes. And she always says, oh, remember, we know when she went to visit him, Angela Merkel, and he knew that she was terrified of dogs from her time growing up in East Berlin, and they were talking, and he allowed his dogs, his Doberman Pinschers, to run into the room where they were talking. You know, he's a very, very dangerous individual.
Do you think he'd have done
Power
the same?
crazy.
Do you think he'd have done the same if he had toffee?
Probably not.
To be Sarah Jane, but this is all fear-mongering. Notice how Kabul is out, but Putin is in. The media push fear, because it keeps us tuned in as we feel in control when we know. And you're right.
But Putin is somebody to worry about.
Well,
in fact, I don't think they tell us enough about Putin.
They don't. No.
They really don't. It's
No, they
really
really
bad.
Yeah, he's testing all sorts of
We
things.
don't talk about it on here. Mark knows a lot about Putin. He keeps quiet because it's just too
It's
hard.
too depressing.
You know how we don't like to give you the really
Well, and also all the information I got is from Tom Swarbrick on his it's just you don't know.
Everyone's loving the pink curtains. It's from Betty and Teddy's 60th wedding anniversary little party we did last night. We haven't gone mad.
Jane Donnelly, you don't have to apologise for being late. This is a very easygoing meeting. You know, latecomers are welcome and are as equally contributed. Can equally contribute.
Caesar says he's a bad dude, putting it mildly. He's a bad dude, Caesar.
Yeah, that's
He
it. That's
scares
it.
the
That's
shit
it.
out
Plain
of
and
us.
simple. But I think where you are, you're that much more far away, distanced from him, aren't you? You're you know, we're quite close, and he's got a particular beef with us, hasn't he?
He hates us.
He really hates us.
Sarah Down says, I think you should do an autumnal haul or autumnal themed vlog, guys. Vlogtober. You cheeky. They love the vlogs.
No.
I'd love to do it. I'd love to do an autumn. Thing is, we're so behind with what we're showing you.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get it out fast. It's because we're so busy. Anna Kite, are you watching anything interesting? Squid Game.
Love it.
Love it. Episode 2, moving on to
I
episode
love
3.
We're a bit behind with Married First Sight UK. We're loving that as well.
But I have to confess, I'm really missing some brilliant homegrown British drama.
Succession is coming soon, and we can't wait.
We can't wait, but that's quite a rare. I mean, not a lot of people are into it. You know, not a lot of people are into it. We like it.
I do remember the program about the aristocrat who married the Russian. I loved that program.
Oh, I seem to remember you watching that.
That was so good, Mark. I couldn't quite believe what I was watching.
Bev Barry has asked this question. Where is it? Where have you gone? Are you doing Vlogmas, Mark and Nadia?
Can you get us to 250 likes?
And
then we'll tell you.
Maybe we will. I'm not entirely certain about that. Oh, I love the pink sparkly curtain behind
My
you.
God,
Thank you, the Creeper family.
We're going to have to leave it up.
Yeah. Oh, we are watching the morning show.
Oh, Joanne wants a welcome song. Joanne Littlewood, can you write her down?
Gas supplies hit. Breaking news as fire rips through a plant in Russia.
What?
Gas supplies hit. Oh, hang on a minute. As fire rips through major gas plant in Russia. You suspect if we suddenly go down.
Do not believe that.
That's just broken on the Telegraph.
Gas supplies hit as fire rips through Russian plants.
Yeah, check on your. Oh, here it is. Look,
God.
I can read it on this phone. Hang on a minute. Let's have a quick look. So, gas supplies hit as fire rips through Russian plant.
You've said that 3 times.
Significant gas supplies are facing even more pressure after a fire ripped through a major plant in Russia. Gazprom's Amur gas processing plant has halted operations. The plant plays a key role in Russian gas exports to China. That's why they're having, someone said here, they're having blackouts in China. Oh, the shutdown will spark further concerns about gas supply to Europe. How have we got to a point where we are all so dependent on Russia? How? I mean, I suppose they have the gas. I mean, one of the other things is that apparently there isn't, did you know this? Tom Swarbrick again. There's not enough lithium.
Is this in his podcast?
No, this was on the radio. There's not enough lithium on the planet to create the required batteries needed for us to go electric. Discuss. And where there's the biggest amount of lithium, the largest amount of lithium on the planet is in Afghanistan that China is already chopping up.
Right.
Unless the tiny little lithium mine in Cornwall can be done.
Deborah, I'm writing that down, Millington.
Jane Lakes, have you seen reviews for Diana the Musical? I think it will be cancelled. I don't know why, but Diana the Musical doesn't feel right. Anyway, can you recycle lithium? That's a good question, Katie. I'm not entirely sure. But there were all these ideas. Apparently, there's all this tech coming through.
It'll be water next. You watch.
Yeah, but lots. Yeah, we should have invested in wind. Well, apparently, the issue with wind this year is
we've had the least wind in 65 years. Yeah. That's why we're low. Because the wind doesn't come.
Oh, look, and, Fiona Messer says, this is some of the stuff that I've heard about. Russia has had a gas plant burning out of control in the Arctic for months.
It has, actually, because that's what's causing real problem with the increased melting, isn't it? And the ash.
But apparently there's this technology that someone rang in and was talking about on LBC, where you compress oxygen, compress it in a compressor. It creates heat, the compression of oxygen, and that heat can be harnessed for power.
Really?
And it's like Tom Swarbrick said.
Wow.
I've never heard him lose his shit. He said, why the hell haven't we gone this route then? If it can be done, why aren't we doing it? Tim Reed, we don't have enough electricity to cover all electric cars. No, the whole country would go down if we plugged all our cars in.
My mum's car is the best, hybrid. Petrol to ignite it, and then it runs on...
Fuel. A third of all forecourts are empty in southeast London.
But there's no problem.
There's no problem at all.
There's no problem, and there's no problem with Brexit. There's plenty of fuel, and there's no problem with food, and there's no problem with the heavy goods vehicle.
There's plenty. Andrew Bayliss Harrison Mundy says Mark's farts could power Britain. I think there's some merit in harnessing flatulence. I think harnessing flatulence is going to be one of the things we need to do. Caesar, I will legit protest naked if Vlogmas doesn't happen. Caesar, then
Oh,
it's
we're
not
nearly
going to
at
happen.
250,
Then
we'll
it's not
tell
going to
you.
happen. So
So
gas
DIY
prices swinging wildly. This is great. Look at this story. Hundreds of people in Leicester form a human conveyor belt to help a local store move premises.
What?
Shoppers, it's a very,
Oh, I love
it's a
this.
DIY store that people love in their neighbourhood. Shoppers snaked a quarter of a mile around the Leicestershire town of Ashby-de-la-Zouch to fill the shelves with 20,000 boxes of stock. Look, all of them lined up in the street, helping a shop move. What's that like?
Wow.
Isn't that
I
lovely?
want to cry. There are more good people than bad people. There is more good news than bad news. It's
The
good
weather
out
was
there,
appalling,
guys.
but everyone was in such good spirits.
Oh,
We're so lucky to have such
God.
great support from the local community because the shop is a firm favourite in the town after it opened 5.5 years ago. I just couldn't believe how friendly everyone was. Isn't that a nice story?
Let me see a picture.
Isn't that a nice story?
Don't forget, we might be showing you the room at the end.
Christ, have you made sure that your knickers are out of shot?
Well, just don't go too close to anything.
Oh, I see. Am I taking us up there? I'll have to flick you onto Wi-Fi. We might lose you, so we'll do all of our farewells in case you disappear in a fog of frilly knickers.
That's lovely.
I've got lost in
Lovely
the knickers
story.
many times.
Mark.
Hundreds of people. Yeah, that's a nice story. And also two other positive stories. Do you want two more positive stories quickly before we go upstairs into her knicker drawer? Andy Murray has found his ring.
What, so it wasn't nicked, he'd lost
No,
it.
Andy Murray back in the good books after being reunited with wedding ring.
Because obviously I'm back home, I'm in a lot of trouble because I've lost my wedding ring.
Yeah, he was in the bad
so-
books. Happy ending. The shoes have been found. They don't say exactly how they were
Never,
found.
but she just sometimes crack a smile.
I know.
He's so
Well, he
miserable.
looks quite fun in that photo, though. Look, he's kind of... but I just wanted to ask you, what's the most important thing you've ever lost? I mean, Nadia lost her phone yesterday, and it was a total meltdown. What have you lost? Where's your ponytail, Mark? Yeah, no, I've cut it off. You all right? Oh, it's from all the headbanging. Yeah, she was headbanging this morning. You'll understand
you'll
why.
see.
Yeah. My sanity... Caesar's lost his sanity. I know, dude. Lost mine a long time ago. Has anyone lost a ring? Has anyone ever lost their
My
wedding ring?
pride, said Emily.
Pride. Do you remember when we were in Jordan and I lost a bracelet in the Dead Sea? Was it the Dead Sea? No, the Red Sea. Which is the other sea?
Red
Dan?
Sea. It was the
I
Red
lost
Sea.
right, get this. I lost a bracelet in the Red Sea. Our friend and homeopath Rachel was with us. Lost it in the Red Sea. I was really upset. Nadia brought me up.
It's unbelievable.
This is unbelievable. Next day, we go back down to the same place on the beach.
She
Rachel
spent hours,
goes in.
Hours she spent looking.
And she found it.
Straight away. The screams you could hear right around
She
the place.
found it.
It was incredible. She just decided she was going to find it. I don't think it was the next day. I think it was that day.
No,
But
it wasn't
anyway,
the next day.
Reese Roberts says, Midnight Mass and Maid on Netflix are shows I think you'd like, Mark and Nadia. Check it out after Squid Game. Thank you, we will. We love to take your recommendations.
And our friend Eddie was saying that we should watch Money Heist.
Katie Ellen, she lost her passport in rural China.
Oh, you've done that.
I lost my passport on a plane to Ibiza. Oh my
To
God.
Ibiza
They
and-
let me.
and in India.
They let me go into Ibiza without it. I didn't lose it in India.
What did you lose in India?
Oh no, I found it.
Your
I did
sanity.
lose it.
Oh, right.
I lost it on the plane, but I got it back. But in Ibiza, I lost it.
Yeah, you lost your mind, didn't you? Oh look, Sarah Witherington. I lost my mind last night with the kids' dogs and oven dying.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I wish it was already evening.
Okay, and another.
Knackered. I wish it was Friday. Oh, I've got to go soon.
Yeah,
I've got to do an interview.
and final story. This is great news for climate change. British daily meat consumption is down nearly a fifth in a decade. I think that's huge because, of course, the amount of meat we eat needs to come down in order to help with the whole.
Eat less meat. Eat less meat.
So the amount of meat
eat less
consumed in the UK has fallen by almost a fifth, which is great news actually, and it's also better for us, isn't it? Sort of health-wise.
Yeah, honestly, please go to my sister's Instagram at MissDina62 because all the dishes she makes, because you don't have to be vegan every day. Why don't you just a couple of times a week? Are so easy. They're so quick. She really tries to think about keeping the cost of them down as well, and they're really healthy. So if you want to just cut down a bit on your meat, I know Emma B, you follow her, don't you, and use some of her recipes. And I know Leor, you do. So just check her out at MissDina62.
We will be doing a review of some of Squid Game. Some of you are saying we should review Made. We need to check that out.
I don't even know what that is.
No, I don't. I've not heard
Yeah.
about it. So
So the answer to Vlogmas Yes, we are doing vlogbooks. Of course we can. Of course we are. Right, let's do some.
We've done them all. The country.
Welcome.
Oh, welcome to Deborah. What did you write?
Willington.
Willington, it's
Welcome to
Millington.
Deborah. Oh, welcome to Deborah Millington. 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 Welcome to Deborah Millington on this so beautiful day.
And we sang the Country Bumpkin, and we did Time for a Rhyme. And I said, get well, Pete. Sarah Tate says, get well, Pete.
Get well, Pete.
So do you want to go and look at her room?
Right, let me just run up ahead just in case there's.
Yeah, she's going to run ahead just to make sure that there's
so
no.
bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's terrible. There's all sorts of stuff that she leaves littered around. G-strings that she's used to floss her teeth. She's just terrible, terrible. But yeah, lost my sanity, Nicola Higgins.
It's all right.
It's what she's saying. Should we go? Yeah. Should we go? If I lose you, I apologise. I apologise if I lose you. So you're going to come with me to a land that's green. Green? We're going through. Look, we're going through these. Here we go.
Right now, you've got to imagine.
I'm turning around.
Yes, you've got to imagine that yesterday morning at 7:15, this room was immaculate. 7:15 in the morning, and by 7:45 in the morning, this is what it looked like.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah. So everything came out of the drawers. And can you imagine, my kids went out in the morning and they came back and they were like, Mum, what the hell have you done? I was looking for my phone.
Baby looks like you've been burgled.
It's just unbelievable, isn't it? Anyway, we love you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell and hit the like button just underneath for 3 love you.